Hey, this is Dave from housebearings.com. Today we're going to show you how to use a one-man post hole auger. The guts of the auger is this engine right here, and it's a typical lawnmower engine on wheels. This right here is the connection for the torsion bar, which is this guy right here. It comes from the rental center. All this is connected. All we have to do is add this. And this keeps it from torquing. It's a torque bar, torsion bar, torque bar. So when when the auger is going into the hole, this provides you some stability so that the thing doesn't want to, it keeps you from rotating along with the blade. It gives you extra support. This is what we hold. This auger is on with that recessed pin right there. And then this piece comes off for easy transportation. So we've already got that on. All we have to do to connect this, take this torque tube or torsion bar and slide it on there like so. And then we're going to go ahead and connect it to here. The only way it'll start is if this is on, because that right there is a kill switch. When you slide this all the way on, it allows the engine to turn on. Without putting this on, the engine won't turn on. So we just gotta give it just jiggle it on there. There we go. All right, so now it's all ready to run. The first time starting this, we had the choke on all the way over to here, and that's gas off, and that's gas on. And then we also have to, once we leave the chokes, this is already warmed up, so the choke's going to stay there. But when you're first starting it, we choke it all the way over to here. To get it running, turn that on to the on position. Your kill switch is depressed, so that's on, and there's one more switch on here. And that's this right here. All these switches need to be in the on position. The kill switch depressed and the two switches in the on position. And your particular one may be different, but at least you get an idea of what we got here. We've marked each of these posts every 8 feet. We're getting ready to put in a fence. And so we've got to dig these holes, and we've marked them. So this is the next one. And these are they're just to tell me where I want the position of the blade. Before you can actually start digging, it's important to call your local call before you dig number. Within 3 days of your call, they'll mark all the lines so that we don't actually dig into something that's important. This thing weighs, this is pretty heavy. I have no idea exactly, but it probably weighs every bit of 80 pounds, maybe more. And a word of caution is, these two holes, you know, they came out fairly dry. We haven't had rain in probably 3 or 4 days, but though you can see where the dark earth is over there, and those holes were super muddy. The auger dug really fast through the mud, but then it was near impossible to get out. So if you have really wet soil, you may want to let it dry out some. It's better to do this with 2 guys, but the schedule today wasn't going to allow for that, so it's a 1 guy deal. And so the blade right there, it's kind of pointed like an arrow, and we're going to put that right in the hole. When you're on a downhill slope, it wants to run down the hill, so you have to kind of combat that before the blade gets started. So just be aware of that. This is pretty level. And another rule was, don't try to pull the auger out of the hole while it's spinning. It wants to keep digging down, so you're fighting yourself. But also it's probably a bit of a danger once it gets out of the hole. So we turn it off before we pull it out. Okay, all you gotta do to control it is just press this on, and the instructions say to run it at full speed, nothing halfway. This is our go lever. So once we get this running, when I press that, it's all on all the way.
They go by a variety of different names, earth auger or a fence post auger.
You don't have to press down on this. This is heavy enough that you can hold this with one hand and it'll dig itself. They said don't let the blade get bound up. You don't want the blade to seize up. So just by its own weight, let it do its own digging. There, you can hear it kind of rattling. There's a rock in there, and we'll find out after we go a little bit more if that rock is a big rock or a little rock. Typically they get broken up or pulled out. To pull it out, to pull the auger out of the ground, they have basically a handle part here, and this will lift it straight up. Sometimes I use this, sometimes you use this, but you want to keep the blade straight as you pull it up. Otherwise, if you pull at an angle, the side of these blades dig into the side of the hole, and this makes it a lot harder to get out. Yep, straight up and out.
Look, there's the rock.
All right. All right, this is hole number 33. I've been at this about 6.5 hours. I mean, everybody's soil is gonna be different, and it's a little hard to get the dirt. So what I do is I go back and forth and put the post hole down, squeeze it shut, open it up, and then turn it, go down again, squeeze it like this. So you're doing like this when you're making a snowball. You do like this, and then you do like this, and that's what I'm doing with this, getting as much dirt in the scoop as possible each time, and then pull it up, and then you get a whole lot more that way. But you can see how much dirt's down in the hole still after you pull the auger out. A lot of it still falls back into the hole, and you gotta have a means to get that out. So this is probably more work than actually using the auger. All right, so let's measure, and it's a good day then. Boom, 31. Happy. So on to the next one.
This post hole auger rented for 75 bucks for 24 hours. You could get it for 40 bucks for 4 hours. But the reality is we had 38 holes to dig, and we had to go through hard packed clay. And that took us about 8 hours to get all that done, just as a way of reference. But this gas-powered post hole digger is what it basically is. Will do the job of taking the drudgery of using a manual post hole digger, and complete that process much more quickly by using a gas engine and an auger bit.
I hope this video helps. If you got any questions, drop us a line. Please subscribe. We have lots more videos coming. Thanks for viewing. Share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time. All right, so let's go do one more hole.